Hey tribe, thanks for coming back again. It's a new day, it's a new time, and we are building that temple of light ever stronger every day. We thank you for being a subscriber on the Chung Fu channel. And today we have Chung Fu with us in the temple, and we are in the heart of Avalon, beautiful heart chakra of Mother Gaia, in this ancient isle in England, southwest. And we're with Chung Fu. Hey Chung Fu.
Peace to you, Wen. Beautiful Jerome. Thank you so much, dear Wen, for opening the doorway for me to walk in and come into the temple today to speak to the beloveds who come forward. And welcome to you who come forward to sit with me for a few moments. Because of course I come from another dimension. And it is that sight, if you like, that can see inside that I bring to you. And today I want to talk about the loud voice that is silent. The loud voice of silence. The loud voice of divine silence. I'm sure all of you who come forward to listen to a spirit speaking must yourselves do some form of spiritual awareness work, some form of awakeness work, of mindfulness or meditation or other kinds of spiritual practice. And you do know that saying, to find the small voice within is the most powerful place within you. The small voice within. But I'm calling it today the loud voice of divine silence, because I was having a conversation with beloved Jerome about what is the divine voice. How do you find it? What is it? How do you know that's what it is? How do you know when you've got to that place of the small voice within? Or the loud voice of divine silence? What is that? Well, one thing for sure is you know what it's not. And right now you're having a wonderful example, and that often is the way that the solar source teaches you from within with what is not. First of all, you find out what is pain before you can find out what is pleasure. Pleasure was really natural until pain came along and stopped it. But then you found you had to kind of somehow deal with pain to get back to pleasure. Love is wonderful until fear comes along or something really awkward that prevents you from contacting that feeling of love, and then you are in a process to get back to the love. The voice of the divine is very loud and is all that you are until some other voice comes along and tells you that isn't true. That natural voice that says love, peace, and beauty is the way it is. And someone comes along and says, no, fear, pain, and a war and depression is actually the way it is. And you think, well, and if you're a child, it doesn't make sense to you at all. And of course, everyone is a child somewhere, but what circumstances have forced you to believe the unbelievable? That the way the divine creation is about fear, force, oppression, domination, inequality, pain, suffering. Who told you that? Where could you ever have learned that would be right or would be a divine reality or a reason for you to be on the earth? No. Now, somehow, somewhere, and perhaps it was hundreds of years ago, where you started to believe something like that when you were on the earth. But every time you died, if you like, and went into your spirit body, you would have known the opposite. And you would be back again, coming back in order to be part of the evolutionary awakening of humanity as a whole, and in your own evolution in your own path, you would be engaging in different initiations to bring you back to the truth, to the knowledge of your divine being, your true essence. So what's the point of being on earth and having all these difficult experiences, suffering, pain, of witnessing, well, everything that's happening now? What on earth is going on with all that you see? How can it be a divine universe with all this? You might ask yourself. Is there a point? What are we doing here? How do we deal with all of this? Of course, these are the questions, and the loudest voices you can hear. Ooh, they don't really sound, the political ones and all of the scaremongering going on. It doesn't sound very divine, does it? But it's very loud, and it fills your mind with negative concepts, fear, all kinds of negativities coming forward at the moment, saying, well, you might not be able to do this or that. You might be doing this or that to you without you asking and without you having any choice. All kinds of ideas that are actually not only not divine, they are completely negative, and they are in opposition to the divine. That doesn't mean you have to be in opposition to them, by the way. You just stick with being 100% connected to the divine source. And that is really my teaching to you ongoingly. But what I'm really saying today is that divine voice within you is very quiet, very silent. It doesn't shout. Have you noticed? Love doesn't shout. Beauty doesn't shout. Peace doesn't shout. Kindness, compassion, they don't shout. They aren't loud. They are quiet. They are gentle. But I say to you, they are the greatest power of all. And when you get to that place of the quiet voice within, expand it until it becomes a vast garden of Eden in which you dwell, full of silent beauty, of flowers, of the aroma of the beautiful flowers, full of the silent, grand presence of trees, full of giant mountains and sumptuous valleys. And when you get to that small voice within, you are in the vast domain of divine love, creation. You are in the eternal garden of Eden, of paradise. That is where you dwell. And the divine voice is in all of creation. Huge power of creation that burgeons up all around you in the flowing of rivers from the sources in the mountains, in the huge oceans that are everywhere around all land masses, and come back and forth between that small voice within you, that place of peace, in the eye of the storm, in your deep, private spiritual garden, and breathe. And just like you would blow up a balloon, start to expand that space until it's bigger. With every breath, it gets bigger. The small voice becomes the voice of quiet nature around you. The small voices in all the plants and trees and all the animals and birds. And you start to hear the sounds of nature, of the gentle breeze and the trees. And you say to yourself, this is the vast voice of divine silence that permeates all of life, that is the very power of creation. This vast divine voice is so huge, it is booming inside every manifestation of life. It is in the leaf and the petal. It is inside every heart of every human. the truth, the reality, the power of love, the power of forgiveness, the vast compassion is silent, but it contains all noise. The vast divine silence, the oneness, everything dissolves into that huge heart of a divine. And the voice of the divine is within you saying, I am the living incarnation of divine love. I am the sound of divine silence in manifestation of my presence here. Here I am. I am the voice divine, silently present here. In the beginning was the Word, and I am here, created by the power of divine presence. And I radiate my love out into the vastness of not only this earth life, but the life of the whole cosmos, of which this earth is a part, and I am a part of this earth. And I feel one with all divine presence throughout the universe that pulses within my being. I am safe. This divine love that is quiet, all-embracing, all-compassionate, warm and loving. This love nurtures me and holds me safe and protected in all places and at all times. And I give thanks for the divine voice is loud in the silence within me and breathes into me pure love, kindness, compassion, and radiates love, kindness, compassion, and healing power through me to all beings on whom I place my attention. Let the divine silence permeate all hearts and bring peace, love, blessings, compassion, and healing to all beings everywhere. Blessings and peace.
Blessings and peace. Thank you, Chung Fu. Do like this video. For every like really helps. It helps the growth of these messages reaching more people. And do comment onto this video of how this meditation helped you, made you feel, sense, anything at all, any feelings, any revelations. And do share with all your friends and family, because that also really helps us grow. For this is a co-creation. We're creating the Temple of Light every day together. And if you have not yet subscribed and you love our messages and you love Chung Fu's teachings and meditations, then you can indeed subscribe today and hit that little bell that tells you of our upcoming transmissions. And we will indeed see you tomorrow for more practice and more meditation, more expansion, more growing. And we love you, Rainbow Warriors of the Light. And we'll see you tomorrow. Blessings and peace.
Blessings and peace.